Whales and dolphins can no longer be bred or kept in captivity under new legislation that passed the House of Commons Monday. For the first time, Canadians can be found guilty for possession of marine mammals, not just for poor treatment.
Here's a summary of the article.
The legislation, dubbed the Free Willy Bill by its proponents, marks a new era in animal rights law. Barbara Cartwright, the CEO of Humane Canada, said the bill is a watershed moment for Canadians, who she said are visiting institutions that host captive whales and dolphins far less. The bill includes a grandfather clause that will allow marine institutions to keep mammals that were born or conceived before the legislation was passed. Marineland said the bill affirms that cetaceans living at Marineland doesn't amount to cruelty, despite the allegations of uninformed, professional activists. Doing so acknowledged Marineland's role as a custodian for the cetacean populations that call Marineland home, and specifically acknowledged that Marineland Canada's actions are not inherently animal cruelty. The Free Willy Bill already passed the Senate and is awaiting royal assent before it becomes law. The bill is one of 4 pieces of legislation that deals with the treatment of animals that is currently before Parliament.
This post received a score of 25,973, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I see, excuse me for a moment. Old Simpsons was seriously awesome.
Recently downloaded seasons 1 to 9. Never been so happy before. No longer have to chance it with reruns on TV.
I really like seasons 9 to 15, too. It really gets unwatchable for me around season 20.
The commercials were wrong it seems, not everyone loves Marineland.
But there is a place I know in Ontario,
where the sea lions kiss due to hunger woes.
The story goes differently than I remember.
That's 'cause you're not a sea lion team member.
What about the injured, rehabilitated, dolphin at the Vancouver Aquarium?
By my reading, all the animals currently in captivity can remain, and the Vancouver Aquarium is free to continue its rescue, rehab work.
Except that the Parks Board of Vancouver also banned them from keeping cetaceans. Currently in the midst of a lawsuit.
Seriously, that was such a massive fuck-up on the part of the Parks Board. As a Vancouver resident, I fervently want all of the idiots who voted for it to lose their jobs.
You mean the same Parks Board that announced Bon Jovi couldn't have a concert in the park because they didn't have proper permits, like 4 days before the concert?
Should also include octopi.
Should probably include all animals for entertainment purposes.
Top of the list should be marine mammals, octopi, intelligent birds, animals with long lifespans 80 to 100 in supermax from birth seems a bit rough, pandas, etc. But animals, that we, as humans tend to do, have nuked their habitat already, should be kept until we can fix that which we have destroyed. I've always had this shower thought that Earth could be Noah's Ark and every species has a home out there. And they are all just riding on this rock. But then my smarter brain kicks in and tell me to read more Darwin. Lol. Still sad to be in jail for life.
Seriously, Canada. Healthcare. Weed. Single-use plastics. Marine animals. Same-sex marriage. And you're nice? Like, why don't I live there? It's cold.
Only snows once or twice a year in Vancouver, with some winters not getting any snow. Nearly identical weather to Seattle. Just with a higher cost of living and lower wages.
Sounds like Reykjavik.
Could be missing something here, but isn't breeding generally a great way to boost the number for endangered animals?
It's really only in very rare and extreme cases where it makes any sense to do that. Either when the wild population is extremely low, or when you have a lot of area so that you can raise a large population. This is one of the issues I wrestle with in my job working with critically endangered species. At what point does it make sense to try a captive breeding approach? Will it be effective? How long would it take? How many individuals would you need? How large of a percentage of the wild population is that, and what effects would taking that many from the wild have, etc.?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.